Hello everyone, Miss Schlarman here, and today we are going to talk about landscapes, and a landscape specifically atmospheric perspective and how everything gets smaller as it gets further away. I'm going to show you some fast motion drawings of various landscapes, and then I am going to slow it down and talk to you about it. Let's get to it.
Horizon line, foreground, middle ground, background. This is how you create a landscape or a seascape, as in this drawing right here. You can see there is a big boat in the foreground, a medium boat in the middle ground, and a small boat in the background. Notice the fish in the foreground is larger. You would not see the fish in the background. Notice the birds in the sky. The closer bird to the horizon line is the biggest. So first, draw lightly with pencil, get your idea, pull in your design, and then go over it and start it to make it permanent. This one is hot air balloons, and that's when you drop the horizon line down lower so I can get more of the sky. So the balloons closest to the horizon line are the biggest, and then they get further away, they get smaller. So that horizon line is like a black hole. It sucks everything down towards it. And here, everything smaller is further away. Start with a pencil first, roughen your design, and then go in with the details of the pen or the markers and so forth, or even just a heavier pencil to add in value. So this landscape has a high horizon line. So that way you can see more of the flowers. Notice in the foreground they're big, then the medium, then they get smaller, and then in the back you can even see the trees getting smaller further away.
We have the foreground, we have the middle ground, we have the background. Everything in the foreground is going to be big, middle ground is going to be medium, and background is going to be small, and it's going to get less detailed. Going this way, big bird, little bird, or medium bird, and small bird. So they are also getting smaller the closer they get to the horizon line. Big cloud, medium cloud, little cloud. And then of course the road even gets smaller. All right, so step one, you are going to create a landscape. So you're going to start with a horizon line. Think about if you want it high, low, or in the middle. Then you're going to get at least one thing, repeat it 3 times, big, medium, small, in the foreground, middle ground, and background. So I'm just going to do quickly those trees again. And you want to draw first lightly with a pencil before you go in and put in those details. So I'm just going to kind of draw it in very lightly. So now let's bring it in so you can see it. Let's draw that Sharpie. So here I've got the big foreground, and then so I'm going to make my objects big, okay? Then over here is the middle ground. I'm going to make those medium sized. And then they're going to have more detail. So in this one up here where I have the detail, I'm adding in the tree bark. And back here, you know, it just kind of looks like a puff. And then when you're drawing your road or your pathway, you need to think about where it is, and then your horizon line going back through there. And then you can add in your other things as well. Then you're going to erase all of those pencil marks and then bring in some color. So once again, you want to create at least one object getting smaller with a horizon line, foreground, middle ground, and background. Before I start, what am I going to do? Am I going to do a landscape or am I going to do a seascape? Landscape, I saw trees, but there's different kinds of trees. What if I went with cactuses? What if I went with a whole different, a desert or in a sunset and then a lizard and then a dust ball and a cowboy and a train track? Add all this in, but I still have to have one thing repeated 3 times. Maybe I want to go with a seascape idea. Maybe I want to have 3 dolphins, big, middle, small, jumping out of the water. Maybe it's a pirates. Maybe messages in a bottle floating. Maybe there's islands. All kinds of things. Come up with your own idea. All I require is that it has one thing repeated 3 times to demonstrate the foreground, middle ground, and background getting smaller.
Thanks for watching, everyone. Remember, atmospheric perspective goes from big to small to the horizon line, loses the detail, adds in all of that area and illusion of space and depth.